Hi, this is Chantal from ThePurringCatStudio and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to show you how to make a beautiful envelope with a window, and you don't really need a template. You don't need to measure a whole lot. Actually, I'm not even certain if you need to measure. But I want to show you how I made this, and it's really a lot of fun, and I hope you'll join me. So let's meet each other on the other side of the intro. Okay, so as I was saying in the intro, you don't need a template. You know, those templates that people sometimes will send via email, and you just print it and then you trace to make your envelope. I don't have one. I don't want one, and frankly I really can't be bothered with tracing, and I'm not that kind of patient person. So I'll show you how I did this one. I didn't fully decorate it yet because I stopped myself in my tracks. I wanted to show you how I did the base of it, and then we can decorate together if you want to. So what I did is I grabbed a piece of Tim Holtz beautiful paper. Now the thing I'm realizing now is I was going to use like maybe this beautiful little boy, bird, or girl, I'm not sure. Look at this bird, it's gorgeous. But the thing is with the fold we would lose him. Same thing with the flowers. So then I thought, why not flip it over like this? So if you want to measure, by all means go ahead, but I don't want to. All I'm going to do is I'm going to decide the width that I want, and I'm going to also take into account that I have to make flaps. This is sad because I'm realizing we're going to lose this beautiful wording, and I absolutely love it, but it's going to become the fold, unfortunately. That's the sad part. You know, you work with beautiful paper, damage will occur. So I'm going to cut it. See, if you have a design, let me get closer. If you have a design on your paper, like probably will if you're using Tim Holtz, but you can also use plain paper because you might want to decorate it from scratch. The main thing is here I'm trying to show you how I make the body, if you will, of the envelope. The rest is really up to you. For today and for the other one I made, I am using Tim Holtz papers. So I will cut right under this flower. That way I will be left with, you know, all the other side of this paper, which I will probably be able to use for something else. I just want to see if I'll have enough space for the flaps if I do like that. Yeah, I think this is a good size. Okay, so I'm going to push this away and I'm going to cut. There we go. And now I'm left with this, which is beautiful. I will certainly use this in another project. Okay, now we will fold into what will be an envelope. So let me think here. What if this is the top flap, this becomes the bottom? Okay, so really all you have to do is you decide on, like, let me show you with the other one so well, you know how an envelope is made, but you know, this part and then the one that will fold over. And then once you've decided, okay, I'm going to put them side by side. So let's say I want my bottom to be about this big. I'm going to bring the flap to about this looks like a good distance. So once you've determined, then you can start. You know that you have to have this touch the top part, just like here, right? You don't have to, but usually an envelope will be this way. So if you want this to fold and have a tiny bit of space, then you can roll this higher until they meet where you want them. Plus, don't forget, we do have cutters and scissors of all kinds. We can always readjust. So I'm going to fold my top part because I want it to sit right about, I want to have this much space here left. So I will fold the top part because I'm certain of that one. And now I'm going to bring my lower part to the line of the fold right here. Right, whoops, hold on. Right here, like so. And now I'm going to fold the bottom part. Okay, I'm just going to use this to make my fold a little crisper. Okay. So now, as you can see, this already is starting to look like an envelope. Now we have to make the side flaps, if you will. I'm not always certain of the right wording for things, so just bear with me. Okay. So I will put this a tiny bit close. Oops, that's too close. Okay, that should be okay. So, no, it's not. You don't see anything. Hold on. No, I'm going to have to back up. Sorry about that. I don't have a whole lot of settings on my camera. Okay, so now you will use your scoring guide and not the cutting. Obviously, you have to be careful. I've made that mistake many times. You could measure. This is pretty much the only part I would measure if you really want to measure anything, just so you make your score line evenly on each side. So let me grab a pencil. So I think, well, an inch, maybe not, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Why not? So that's about right, the line that I see here. But I'm going to put it inside. I'm realizing once I open my paper, we won't be able to see that line. So I'm going to score at 3/4 of an inch on each side. You can score less, you can score more. It really depends on how big of a flaps that you want on each side. Okay, that's the only measurement I've took for the whole process. Okay, now I will score. And if you don't have anything to score, you can always fold. You can use something like that in your cutter and follow the groove. It will work. But I happen to have the score on my cutting board. Okay, I will do the other line now. Where's my line? Right here. I can see the little mark there. Okay. Yeah, I'll get, I don't know, will I get rid of it? Yeah. I'll cut with the scissors, I think. Okay. So, we do not need, now, I apologize for the kind of paper I'm realizing, because it's very, how can I say, it has a lot of graphics and, yeah, do you see the score line? Okay, so I'm going to put it back. So this is the bottom of the envelope. This will be, oops, the other way around. Pardon me. Let's twist this back again. This will be the top flap. So this part. This is the bottom. This part. Okay. And now we have made scores. We do not need this. We do not need this. We do not need this or this. The only sides we will keep are the flaps for the side. Okay, so I will cut these, but I will use, personally I'm not good with scissors, so I will use my cutting board. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, I'm sure you did, but just in case. So usually on these little cutting tools, you'll see you have a line right here, and you have this line here as well to guide you. So all I do is, because like I said, I'm not very good with scissors, I'd rather do it with the cutting board. So I will back up the camera. So what I do is, of course, I'm going to cut where my score line is. You can't see it on camera because of the type of paper, but I can see, of course, my line. And I will cut until the fold, which is right here. And the line in the middle that I showed you, I don't know if I'll still be able to show, the line right here, I will stop it at the fold, and I will be right where I'm supposed to be. See? Oops, sorry. See, I stopped right at the fold. With that line in the middle of the tool, it tells you exactly where the blade stops. So I know I won't overcut. So I will do the same with the others. And hold on, I'll back up again. And then I'll just have to, you know, cut this little part, and that's easy for me to do. There you go. Okay, so I will do the same with the other. Okay, so I cut what I needed to cut. So now we have our flaps. So far, I think it's pretty easy. If you're unsure, this is a video. You can rewind, go back and check it out again. Okay, now we will not make our lives difficult here. We will not. So I'm going to make sure that my fold is nice and crisp. It also helps me see. Now, I didn't choose the best kind of paper to make this video. I apologize. I just chose whatever paper I thought was gorgeous. So I hope you see that properly. So now we will cut. I don't measure. I go diagonal. If I like the angle, that's the way it's going to be. So I cut. So then you take it, you flip it, you put it on the other side. So technically it would be the other design. So that's how you know you're the right, you flipped it the correct way. I'm sorry for the camera. Maybe one day I'll make so much money I'll be able to get myself proper equipment. So, oh my gosh. Okay. Of course, I'm pretty much joking here because this is YouTube, and it doesn't pay a whole lot unless you have I don't know, 10,000 subscribers, I would think, at least. Okay. So as you can see, this is starting to look like what we want. You can take your corners again. Okay, so this was this one. You just flip it and you cut again. But for me, because it's difficult, this angle, I think I will just go like this. So you know what I mean, right? So technically it's this way, but I don't know how I'm going to get in there with my scissors. So I'm going to turn it around, and again the design is the opposite, and now I know I'm at the right angle, and this is a lot easier for me to cut because I'm a right-handed person. Maybe it's the other way around for left-handed people. Okay, and then I will take the other corner. It doesn't matter, it's all the same angle. We know we're doing this right. And I'm going to also flip it. It's easier for me. So I know I'm flip-flopping around here, but I am certain you understand what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make sure that it's easier for me to cut at a certain angle. That's really all it is. Just make sure that the corner is at the opposite, you know, design, and you know you're on the right side. Okay, so here are our side flaps. As you can see, this is looking fabulous. So this is the bottom, and this is, oops, sorry, I keep doing this. This is the bottom, and this is the top. Now clearly this is way too long, so I only did this one. So if you want to look at this one, I cut it at angles, but I also shorten it because otherwise you don't really have a whole lot of space to put your things, right? So I will look sideways and make sure I don't cut it too low either, or so you see where this is pointing, like so. I'm gonna make a little line here, and I'm gonna cut this piece off. So just fold it outside for a second, just to see where it would meet the paper, the flap, and you know that you're safe to cut there. So I will use my cutter one more time. And I will cut at the line I just traced. If I can see it. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Okay. So, but it's almost there, but it's too square. I don't like it. So I'm gonna cut an angle just to make it, look how beautiful this will be. Now it looks like an envelope. So again, I will take my piece, I will flip it and cut it. That way I know my angles are even on both sides. And there you go. Now this is looking more and more like an envelope. Now I need to do the top. So same thing. I don't measure much. I decide what angle I want and what I think will look nice. I think that's a nice angle. Oh, I like it. I like it. I don't know if you can see that. I love what it's going to look like. Yes, okay. So this was the piece that went like this. I'm going to turn it around and cut the same on the other side. Now, is it easier to trace, you know, on a piece of paper, an open template of an envelope and then cut all around? Maybe, probably, but I like it this way. I'm having fun here. I'm not stressed. Look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. So this and this, now see, 2 envelopes. So now, before we start gluing anything, we want a window. So my punch board that I love so much, my frame punch board, will not work for this. I also have square punches, but you can't go very far with them, so that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way and use a ruler and a pencil, and I will simply draw a rectangle of the size I want for my window. That's it. No biggie. Just that's exactly what I did here. So maybe I can even change the spot of my window. Maybe I want it at the bottom here. Why not? It's our envelope. We decide. So I don't know what's a good length. This is a nice length. What was the length of this one? I don't know. I don't want to measure. Do you see how I really dislike measuring? I won't even take the time to measure what size the other envelope was. That's bad. Okay. How about I put my window here? I have to remember it's gonna have to go this way. So how about I put it, so that's one, I don't know, how long is this? 2 inches? Yes. Okay, 2 inches by 1.5. That seems reasonable. Let me see. I'm gonna finish putting lines and then I'll see. 2 by 1.5. It's not a square. It's a rectangle. I like it. Is it 1.5? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm good with that measure. I think that's a nice square. Yeah, pretty nice. So, well, I'm going to use this. You could always punch a hole to put your scissors in and then go, you know, like that. But I'm not very good with scissors. I it's not that I'm not good. I don't know. I mean, I know I can cut. It's just, I can just imagine, you know, it's cool. Teacher saying to my mom, your daughter can't cut a straight line. Yes, she can. She just doesn't want to. Because that's pretty much it. It might seem like it's more trouble with this X-Acto knife. But to me, I don't know. I just prefer it that way. For those of you who are wondering, oh my God, she's not protecting her table. It's wood. So it doesn't matter. Plus, it's quite damaged. I'm way overdue for another tabletop. Soon I will change it. I could also clean it. It's not broken or anything. I could probably find a way to clean it. Although it gives it a rustic look, you know. All the stamp and the ink and the paint and the glue. You know how it goes. Okay, let's see if this is half decent. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oops, sorry, I'm off camera here. I knew I had made a little mistake here. That's okay, it's easy peasy, and we won't really see it because we will add a frame. Okay, so for the frame, you do have to measure simply because you want the frame to be a tiny bit, you know, like let's say this is the frame, right? So you want it to be a certain width of, you know, around this. So I know I made this to be 2 by 1.5, 2 by 1.5. So I'm probably going to end up making my frame, let's say maybe 2.5. So I have 1/2 inch on each side, right? So all you have to do is cut a square. I'm thinking this could be not. Oh yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I will measure, even though I don't like it, I must. So it will be, so it was 2 inches, right? So I'm gonna make this, yeah, 2.5, and it was 1.5, so I'll make it 2, like so. Okay, now I will cut it. Like so. Okay, that's the line for the 2 inch. And 2.5 is right here. So if I did this right, this should cover the window and leave about 1/2 inch all around. So the way you can go about this, just hold on, I'm far, I'm grabbing my punch board thingy. So the way you can go about this, of course you can remeasure 2 and 1.5 to leave yourself a space for the frame. You can trace it, you know, if you feel you can. I don't know how you would do that because you'd have to really be in the middle, you know. It's hard to see if you're really in the middle, but I think just measuring and recutting inside is always a good idea. I will use my frame punch board because I have it. And okay, so I will do that and I'll be right back. Actually, I don't know why I said I'd be right back. It's not like it takes a long time. Plus, if some of you don't have a frame punch board, you'll see how it works. Oh, and also I realized that the measurements here go by 0.5 and then 0.3, a quarter, a half, 3/4, 1 inch. I can see the numbers now. So it will work in this case, but it could have failed if I chose any other measurements. So, oh, I have to move this to the first one, I think. Yes. You have to move this to the same spot you put this, because the line here is where your blade will go, and it will cut the excess paper right there. Or you can again use your scissors. This is something that when I purchased it at first, I thought, oh, why did I get this? I'm not going to use it. And turns out I use it all the time. All the time. Okay. So now we have our beautiful little frame. And if I did things right, it should fit really, really well. And it does. Look at that. I'm going to ink this, and this I will come back after. There's no reason for you to stick around while I'm inking the edges. Okay, so I inked the edges, but as I inked the edges and put it there again, I'm realizing I like this side better. I'm going to go with this side because I like it. Okay, so we want a window. You can use packaging. I use packaging all the time. It's beautiful, it works super great, and it's free. I had a piece of, I have a few pieces of vellum paper, and this one I had embossed clear, with clear embossing powder, a butterfly. And I just found it and realized, oh my goodness, this would be beautiful. Why not? So I'll use it because it was already done. So I will do just that. But clear packaging, as I just mentioned, works beautifully. So I will put double-sided tape myself because glue and vellum, liquid glue anyways, and vellum, I don't think they play along nice at all. You can always do it, don't worry. I've done it and I'm sure you've tried, and if not, you absolutely can. The only thing is spread it thin. Like I just go over with my finger and then I hurry up and glue it down because it makes vellum curl, any types of liquid, even the glue. Okay, I don't like when the glue goes like it's a tiny bit yeah, so just spread the glue evenly in a very thin layer on your vellum and just hurry up and stick it and press down on it to make sure it's stuck there, and you'll be fine. But yeah, I don't think that vellum and glue play well together. Vellum is it's beautiful and it knows. It knows. It says, listen, I'm beautiful, I'm gonna be difficult. Okay, there we go. Sticky. I have no space to okay. Okay, so if you're doing like me with an embossed piece of vellum, make sure to put it so that it's the right side up, you know what I mean? This is the back of my frame, so I'm going to put it down like this. Okay. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, now we'll put some more. I think I will just put the double-sided tape on. Actually, why not just put it back here? It's easy and I know where it goes. There. I hope my explanations are clear. I know it's not easy because we're folding and cutting and folding again, and I'm not measuring, but that's me. Anyone who knows me by now, I try not to measure too much. I mean, sometimes you have to, just like for this little frame, otherwise things won't fit, everything will be wonky, obviously. Or for the sides of, you know, the flaps for the envelope, of course you want them to be even on each side, you know. But the angles, I just grab the piece of paper, turn it around, cut again, and there you go. And like I said, if you're unsure, just rewind the video. This is the beauty of videos. You can watch them over and over again. Now the only thing is, be mindful when you glue this because it's kind of hard to align yourself properly. So I'm really hoping I'm in the middle. I'm trying to see I don't think I can bring you close enough for you to see. Oh, maybe I can. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on the lighting. I don't know if you can see. You see this? I can see the paper through the vellum, so I'll know when I'm at the edge of the window. But don't press hard if you're unsure. Just put it there as light as you can, because double-sided tape won't let you take things back. No takesies backsies. Okay, it's perfect. There we go. And I will back up. And now you've got an envelope with a beautiful window. Oh, I love it. Now it's time to glue our flaps. And for this, I will use just regular glue. I don't need double-sided tape for those. Now, be mindful when you put glue so that you don't glue this to the back of your envelope. Better to put a tiny bit less than too much. So I know that my flap goes all the way up to this cut right here, right? And so what I do is I'll just put glue here, and I know I'm at the right spot. Same with the other side. And that should be enough. So I will just glue my flaps and hold it there for a second or two. Okay, so I also wanted to ink, but I didn't. I should have maybe inked on the side here, just, you know, to make it pop, but I forgot. I don't know if I can still get in there. Oh yeah, it's not solidly glued just yet, so why don't I just do that? You can always glue it back just before it's really stuck to the rest of the paper. Just a tiny bit. There. Okay, and I can always do this. And now, once you're done that, the decorating part begins, and it's the fun part. Now, I can show you how I closed my other envelope. It's so much fun. It is so easy, and you don't need to have what I have. Meaning, if you don't have any wax seal kits, it doesn't matter. I just happen to have it, so I use them. Okay, I'm going to ink this more later. I'm going to go grab my wax seal. Okay, so I pre-made a few. Which one would look good? No, silver, definitely not. This I really love, and there's the blue, but it doesn't fit, so I will use this one. So what I've done is, so if you don't have a wax seal, it doesn't matter, same principle without the wax. Let me find, or I'll just punch one. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to punch a circle out of one of my scraps, like so. Okay, and I will glue my wax seal on that piece, like so. So you want to glue the whole circle. There you go. Oops, again with the camera. I'm about to start a GoFundMe or something to get better equipment. I would love to have a second camera to do some live videos. I could do some, but I wouldn't be able to craft unless, I don't know how I would go about it. I would have to like grab my camera once I'm done talking with you and bring it to the table. So for a while you'd see all kinds of weird angles because I only have my phone. So I would have to put it in front of me while I'm filming, talking to you, and then say, okay, let's craft, and then grab it, and, you know, but then I would have to have someone, you know, look at the, well, actually, I know how I think I could do it. You know what? How about you comment and tell me if that's something you would like, okay? What I would probably do is make maybe a short live at first, just to see how it works and how I feel about it. And the first part would be more, you know, Q&As and saying hi, you know, saying hi and such, and that I could read the comments on my computer while they roll, so I can reply, you know, through the camera or the phone. And for the second part, like for the crafting part, I think you can turn off the comments, since I wouldn't be able to read them, right? Because I don't have that, well, I don't know how. Let's be honest here. Okay. Anyways, let me know in the comments if it's something that would interest you. I would love to make a live. I've been thinking about it for a little while, just haven't had the opportunity. Okay. So first we will glue, well, I'm adding this. It could be a piece of fabric or absolutely nothing at all, if that's what you want. So I will put some cheesecloth. I have a reason why I want to put the cheesecloth. I find, how can I say? Well, I'll explain it after. It's hard to explain just like that. I'll show you why, instead of just trying to explain it. Okay, I won't be able to finish it just like that because the glue is not dried, but I'm going to show you. Okay, so what you will do after, once this is glued, I can't do it because I don't want to glue everything to everything. You will only put glue on the bottom part of your seal or your circle, because you could have taken just a piece of cardstock, will work just fine. All you really want to do is be able to put this inside here. So as you can see, the top part has no glue, just the bottom part. So that way you can always do that. Now the reason I was trying to explain for the cheesecloth is it adds more adherence, more grip, because opening and closing and putting it back, going like this, I wouldn't want the seal to lift up. Okay, so because I'm using wax seal and I put it on the cardstock, once I place it, like I'm going to glue it just about here, if you will, and I will only glue the bottom part. Do you see what I mean? So I will always be able to put the top flap of my envelope inside that seal, because I will only put glue right to about here. So I will actually, I can do it. I think my glue is pretty much drying really well. So I will just put glue on the bottom part so that I always have the top part free. The reason I said I wouldn't be able to finish it is because I'm afraid that this will stick to this, because I don't know if the glue is, it looks okay. So let me see if that's the middle, and let me see if that's offers me enough space. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I will press it down. So if you're unsure and you know, because I didn't wait, because I'm trying to finish this video for you. I didn't wait, but I would rather you wait if you put a piece of fabric or anything until that's dry before you glue half of your circle or wax seal. But if you're impatient like me, you can always jiggle around to make sure that while this bottom part is drying, that nothing is sticking on top, just like that. See, I know this is safe now. Okay, and now, oops, I put glue on the wax seal. I'll clean it after. It's super easy. And now you have an envelope. See, it's not completely dried. Ah. Okay, let me see. It's not completely dry, so I would have to wait a tiny bit more, but now you have an envelope that closes with, and it makes it look, the reason I put a wax seal, because it makes it look like those envelopes where, you know, they would be closed with a wax seal, but instead of destroying the wax seal when you want to open it, you can just open it as many times as you wish. And now you also have a beautiful window, and all you have to do now is to decorate it. Now, I said at the beginning of the video, I hope you stayed with me to decorate it, but I think we're done, because you don't need to, I mean, the video is long enough, and really my goal today, I do make videos where I decorate, but the goal today here was to show you how to make the body of the envelope. And I really hope the explanations were clear enough. I know there's no measuring But that was the whole idea. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. So please feel free to rewind and watch it again if you're unsure. But all it is your first fold, determining, like trying to determine how, you know, how you want this, the width, and take into account the flaps. And once you score, you cut the four corners really of your flaps of the scores. You only keep the middle one for your flaps. Once that is done, it's really all a question of cutting angles and just making sure they're even on each side, and you got yourself a real beautiful envelope. And yeah, you can cut a window or not, it's really your choice. I just wanted to have one with a window. And if you don't have vellum, again, clear packaging is always very easy. If you don't have this type of paper, brown cardstock, white, it doesn't matter. You can decorate it as you wish afterwards. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you have learned something maybe. I hope you got your creativity sparked a little bit, and I sure hope you're going to try to make your own. So as usual, I hope you're all happy, healthy, and safe. I give you a great big hug from here in Nova Scotia, Canada, and I say thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye. Bye bye.